Welcome to this webinar of the Sensus BPM Designer. My name is Paul Klaassen and I'm an account manager at Sensus Process Management. And I will introduce the Sensus BPM Designer to you. In your screen you also see a chat window, and you can put there your questions if you have them during this webinar. A colleague of mine will try to respond as soon as possible to these questions. Are there questions left? Then we come back to you after this webinar with an email, and they will provide also the answers which are not given right away. Okay, I first like to introduce our company to you, and then we go on to the demo of the Sensus BPM Designer. The Designer is a part of Sensus BPM Online. That's the total product. And there are two components, the Sensus BPM Designer. And there we can map the processes. And we have also a publication part. That's the Sensus BPM Publisher. And with that component you can publish your processes on your internet. That's not what I'm going to show you today, but there will be a webinar especially about this component of the Sensus BPM Online. Okay. Who is Sensus? Sensus is from origin a consultancy agency, and we are founded in 2000, and in those days we also looked for software which could support us with the projects we did with our customers. And of course there were software products at that moment as well, and what we saw is that they were very technical, and if you use those software products every day in departments, then it's all right, then you can go forward. But when you want to include the rest of your company, then we got some problems, because people who are not familiar with process management found these software a little bit too complex, and we want to include the people from your organizations as well. So also the members who are not familiar with process management. Now, we couldn't find good software for that, and so we decided to develop our own BPM software. That's Sensus BPM Online. It's developed with the latest web technologies, so we are really up to date. We have more than 200 customers worldwide, 250,000 active process viewers who look via the Sensus BPM Publisher to their processes, and we are active in more than 30 countries. So we have a lot of experience. Here you see some of our customers who use our software, and you see that's all kind of different organizations. For us it doesn't matter in which branch you are working. Every branch has its own processes, and the nice thing of our software is that you can add your own information fields to any of the icons we use in our software. So I will show you that later, but you can make a tailored system especially for your organization. So you see all kinds of organizations. The Hague, there's a city, the University of Leuven, that's in Belgium, but also Banco di Caribe, and some large building companies here in Holland, and also Alaska Airlines is one of our customers. So you see a lot of different companies, and that's what we really like about it. Now let's switch now to our software, the Sensus BPM Designer. This is the start screen of our software. We call it the portal. When you start Sensus, you see this screen, and you can do several things. You can add a new project to it, you can open a project, and you can also go to the help part. Now, I've already made a little example, so I open a demo. And I see that my settings are on Dutch, so I'll switch to the English part. Okay, what I like to do is I walk through these tabs you find on the left. The processes, departments and positions, documents, applications, and IT. In the middle we draw our process tree, and at the right side you find the information fields. Because this is a new project and I did a little preparation, but we don't have much information fields here, or we call it data fields. But I will show you later on how easy it is to add information fields to the icons. Now let's start with the processes. We have a certain way to map your processes. The top level is the organization level. Here is our organization, Sensus Process Management, and beneath that you can classify your processes in different ways with different themes. For instance, primary, secondary and tertiary processes, but you can choose your own classification if you want. When I want to add a theme to this part, then I take that from the gray bar. It's all working with drag and drop, so when I want to add a theme to these themes, I pick it up, I let it fall on the level above, and the connection is made. I can give here a name. Tertiary processes. I can give a description, and I can also make some text edit fields, so you can make bold and things like that. Now, beneath those themes, we can add main processes, and the main process is a logical gathering of processes. So I have made here the sales processes and the finance processes, and when I want to add a main process to a theme, I pick it up, drop it, and I made a connection. And I'll say that these are the legal processes. Now you can make several main processes to each level. So that's how you build in an easy way your process tree. And beneath the main processes, you can add the processes themselves. So that's the last icon. You can add processes beneath the main processes, just like that. So in an easy way you can make the process tree, and when you open a process, for instance here, draft a process, then you see the 8 icons that we use for mapping a process. The yellow one is an action someone has to do. The blue one is also an activity, but also this activity needs an application to do that task. So you see in the drawing right away when an application is needed to perform this action. A gateway, that's a yes or no in our software, and in the action above you give you say when you go straight through of when you take the gateway. The input document and output document, input and output, that's clear, I think. An archive, that can of course be a digital archive or a physical archive. A trigger or a result, what does a process start and what is the result of a process. And a very important one, the process connector, because we think in processes, and a process needs to be mapped only once. So for instance, a billing process, you have to model that only once, but I can imagine that several processes end in a billing process. Now then you can use this process connector to connect to that process of billing. So each process is only one time that you have to map that. This is very nice. Now when you want to draw the picture, there's an order registration form coming in here. This is the first action that has to be done. When I want to make a connection to other actions, you just do it like this, drag and drop, and you can draw in an easy way your process. You can give every step a name. And now for instance, the example I gave, let's say that at the end of this process we want to go to the billing process. With this process connector, there's a button at the left here, and when I click on that, then I come in the processes I already mapped before. And when I say, okay, the finance processes, the billing here, and when I make the connection here, you will see that the name of the process is coming here also. Now when I take a look at the billing process, here at the left, then I see that there is the connection also made here. So there is a button, and if this process is used by several processes, there are different of those process connectors to be seen here. So you know where this process is used. I can switch easily between the processes, and so we can make the connection. So it's a very intuitive way to do that. And it's also for the stability of the database, that the connection is two ways. Okay, that's the main way to map your processes. So at the top you find, go a little bit back. The top level is the organization level. We have themes where you can make a classification of your processes. Then you have the main processes, a logical gathering of processes, and then the processes itself. And when you open them, double click on it, you can map your processes in this way. Okay, then we go to the next tab. That is the departments and positions part. Here you can make your own organogram. So at the top, the managing board, the CEO, CFO. So you have the departments, you have the positions beneath it, and in the positions you also can make a hierarchy in that. Now also you have here the sub-department you can make, the HR department. You see also the dots here, so you can see the difference between the line and the sub departments. Now when I want to add a department, it's all drag and drop. I can say under the management board you have also maintenance, and here's maybe support. It's a department, and we have a manager support. and maybe we have a support employee, and an assistant support. Now you can make, you have to do this once and make your organogram, and then you go back to your processes and you can make the connection. So I can say in this process, register and check the request, who is responsible to do this task. Now then we can make that connection here at the right, and you can say, okay, a sales employee has to do that. And I'm gonna connect to each task, to each action, a responsible position, because then I can show you how you can look in a different way to this process. So just take some positions and connect them. Well, you see, I have now made a connection with a responsible position and a task. And now above you find a different view bar. So now we are looking at the process flow, but we can also take another view to it. For instance, a vertical swim lane. And then you see at the above, you see the positions, and you see how the process is going over the positions. You can do that also in a horizontal way. You have then the positions here at the left, and what you also can do, check if you have made the right connection. When I had made a failure, a mistake in this, and I want to make another connection, I can take it here and put it to another position, and now at the back end it's also changed. These buttons all other view, so it's no reports of this process, it's all another view. So I can also easily switch between the different views. Now some organizations, some of our customers use roles instead of the positions. And when you want to do that, it's also possible in our software. I go to the project settings, and I say, okay, use the roles. And when I use that, when I click on that, say agree, okay, then I see that I have a new tab here at the left, role groups and roles. So you can here make your role groups, different role groups with roles beneath it, and you can give them a name and a description, of course. And when I go back to the processes, I see now, well, with each action, not a responsible position, but a responsible role. So I can say this action has to be done by role 1, and then I can say who is allowed to do that role in this process. So which position is allowed to fill in this role in this task. So I can say now normally it's the sales employee, but when he is not available, it's also the account manager who can do that. And if he is not available, then it's also the sales manager can do that. So you can connect two functions of positions to a role. At the top here you find also the different views. I can switch between the view with the responsible positions and switch to the roles. Now you have here the roles. So you can make your own choice which you want to use. Now that is the department and the roles. The documents. the next one. Here you can make all the documents that you use in your organizations. You can make groups. We have a top group here, all documents, and you can make groups beneath it, and it's all drag and drop, so it's an easy way if I want to make a new group as well. And the documents, if I want to put a document beneath it, I'll take it, and then you can make all the documents available in the systems. At the right you find here a URL field, as we call that, and then you can make the connection to the real document in your DMS, SharePoint or Google Drive or OneDrive or things like that. When you make the connection with the documents, with the processes, and you publish them on your intranet, they can click on that document, and then via this URL you will come with the document you have in your system. So that's very nice, because you know that they always use the right document to that. So now you can have a lot of documents. The nice way is that you can close those folders, and when I go to the processes and I select here the inputs, then I can connect the documents, and you can connect one or more documents to this input. So when I say this order registration form, that's the document, and maybe we want also a quotation template to use. Now then you can make the connection this way, and of course you can always afterwards report to which document is used at which process. Now, I earlier mentioned that it's easy to add information fields here, and I'm now coming to that part to show you how easy it is. Now, for instance, a lot of our customers want to have the possibility to create a Reiki matrix. So who is responsible in a specific process, who is accountable, who has to be consultant, who has to be informed. Now, to make that possible, you have to create some extra information fields at the right here, and you do that with a template editor. And of course, not everybody in your organization will have the rights to make use of this template editor, because you're really gonna make changes to the icons itself. Now when I click on it, I have all rights, of course. You see at the left all the icons we use in our software. So role groups, and on every icon you can add fields. Now the example of the Reiki matrix, I go to the process template, I select that and go to the plus, because I want to add a new field in it, and that field I call it a Reiki. And here I can select a field type, and you see we have a lot of field types. So one of them is a labeled field, and here I make a list. I say okay, the R, the A, the C, the Y, and here I can add, it's about the positions, so here I choose for the field type position, and that refers to the positions we have in our position and department tab. I say save and close, and when I take a look at this process, I see at the right, it's a little bit thinking right away, the possibility to create there it is, possibility to connect. Now, who's responsible? The CEO, the CFO, consultant, maybe the sales manager, and informed, maybe the sales employee. And then, of course, you can create up an easy way the Reiki matrix itself. And so you can add your own information fields to any icon we use in our software. Of course, you have to be smart in that. You can make a lot of those extra fields, but you also have to maintain that. So it's important to give a good thought about what kind of information I want to add to our processes, and on which level do I want to do that. Our consultants can assist you with that. So if you need any assistance, please let us know, and we can help you to make this possible. Okay, we go to the next thing. That's the applications. It works a little bit like the documents. You can make groups of your own, and you add application to that. Here you can put the URL to start the application, and if we are allowed to deep link in systems, you can also divide an application in several start screens, and then you can give here the application parameters. You can fill them in there. The system must allow us to deep link, otherwise you can't use that. Okay, we go back to the processes, and we say at the blue icons, that are the icons where you can add the applications. And here you can do that. And you can connect one or two or more applications which are used in this task. And so you can do that on every blue icon. And of course you can later on export a report about the applications where they are used. Okay. The next step, that's the IT level, and that's a rather interesting layer in our software, because there are a lot of processes which are automated these days. And the processes we normally map is the processes we have to do something with, where our employees have to do things, but with these processes they are automated. So this layer is specific for that kind of processes that are automated. I have here an example of registration. You can, on our website, you can register yourself for a trial version of our software. And when you do that, there is also an automatic process running. The API receives the customer data, it shares the data between our CRM system, and there must be a license created, and this has to have a validation date. So all kinds of things, all kinds of things are automated in that. Now, when this automated process, you see we use here different icons as we use in our business layer, so you can see easily also the difference between the business processes and the automated processes. Well, in the future we will come with several libraries, so you can choose your own icons. These are from Archimate, but later on we have different libraries of icons. Now, when I go back to the processes, and when I want to save, and I have here the request for a trial license of our software. Now we get it from our website, And when I want to make a connection to that automatic process, and I say now, I check the info, and then I want to that it's made clear that an automated process is started, then I can make the connection with that. I go to this part, and then I can say, okay, we have here the trial registration, and when I make here the connection, you see the text is blue now, so you can also see that that there is something behind this action. When I double click on it, I come in this process, and he has also made a go back button, so I can also return here to my process. So this is the way we can connect our normal business processes with automated processes. Okay, then the last part of our designer is that there are also several management areas you want to connect with. For instance, risk management, or you want an ISO standard, and you want to include that in your processes, of in the software, and connect it to your processes. Then you can make your own tab, and we call it add a new category. Now when I do that, let's take the example of an ISO standard you want to fill in. I click here on add new category. I call that ISO save and close, and you see I have a new category here now, and that's ISO. I shall also show you how easy it is to change these colors of these icons. I go to the template editor again. I select the icon and I say, oh, black is not so nice. I take orange, save and close, and now the colors is changed. So that also in an easy way. And then you can build up your ISO with the chapters. I will show you now a part where it's filled in already, another project. Here you see the ISO 2001 2015, 9001 2015, with all the chapters and the things beneath it. And you can make the connection to the processes. You have to do this once, that you take this ISO standard into the software, and then you can make the connection to the processes. Now when I see here a draft of proposal, then I can see that here this ISO standard is coupled, is connected to this process. And with each connection you make, there's also a special explanation field, this process notes, and then you can give some notes when, for instance, in an audit it's become clear that it's not totally compliant, then you can make here not compliant yet. So, and you can make those extra tabs for different management areas, so also for risk or other things. If you want to know more about it, there will be made some webinars, especially on this part of our software, and they will follow in the future. Of course, you can also contact us, and then we will inform you a little bit more about it. Now, these were all the things I would like to show you from our software. I said I don't want to address the publisher yet, but I want to give you a little preview of it. And because this was all the modeling part, but we have also a very interactive publisher, and I would like to show you how you can publish your processes to your intranet. It's a little preview, sneak preview. You can make some navigation screens, and make it so possible that your employees find the information they need in a very quick way. So if I want to know, this is a house moving company worldwide, and if I want to know something about the planning, I can go to that, and here's your planning process. So with those screens, navigation screens, it's very easy for people who are not familiar with process management and which don't use the Sensus BPM Designer, that they find the information they need on your intranet in a very interactive way. Later on, there will be also a webinar from the publisher as well. So maybe it's something for you to address that webinar as well. Now, I want to thank you for your attention and for attending this webinar. You will receive an email after this webinar, and I hope you are very interested now in our software. I hope it's something for your organization. You can always register yourself for a trial version of our software. You find the information also in that email. And I hope we can welcome you as a future customer. Thank you very much for your time, and maybe till next time. Bye-bye.